From Westminster City Park in Westminster, Colorado, this is the 2017 USAFL Western Regional Tournament. This is the men's Division II match, the final round of the day. We have the Sacramento Suns and Portland Steelheads combination. We'll call them the Suns because they are wearing the Suns jumpers. Against the Sunheads, yes, I like that. And the Minnesota Freeze. Now the Sunheads, if you will, they are 2-0 coming into this one. And if they win, they'll be at 3-0. The Seattle Grizzlies are playing right now against San Diego, and if they win, they'll be a tie at 3-0. Minnesota is 1-1 in this 16 competition. So it will all come down to percentage at this point since the two teams didn't play each other. I'm with Tom Ellis of the USA Revolution national team. We'll hear from him in just a moment, but here we go. The ball is up in the air. Ed Manning hits it out. Martin Coventry kicks that one scissor kick style. The Suns are moving forward. It picked up. Oh, he fell down. Did Sam Doyle. He was taken down, and he goes back to Trexler Tao, who couldn't handle the footy. Tao is collared down by number 19 in there for the Freeze, who is Nippon Vankasan. And then that one is thrown on to the right. It will drop in front of Ed Manning and skitter on through. That ball, I believe, is going out of bounds directly across from us. Tommy, you're looking forward to a number of players who you're going to be coaching in Australia, and also who you'll probably be taking with you to Europe next year.
Yeah, there's a few of those guys out there. We got Saleh Taiji coming up. Looking forward to seeing how he's going. We got Fish out there that's with Minnesota. He's looking really good right now. He's actually getting to the ball. So yeah, it's very exciting. We also have Martin Coventry too, who's going to go. He's on the coaching staff. He's going to go down as a scout and as a consultant. One of the reasons we picked him up because that guy's been around a long time. He really knows football, but he also knows USA football. So it's really exciting to have him come out with us.
Covert ops, if you will, because he'll be doing some scouting as well. Oh, that's a great tackle in there as Tanioka was stripped and dispossessed of the football. The Freeze stay with it. That is 66, who is Seth and Nathan. And that one is kicked in towards the sticks. And that is a goal. Sathanathan was the last one who had it. I didn't see who put it home, but in any event, Minnesota gets their first score of the game. They are 1 straight 6. Sacramento yet to score. The Minnesota Freeze are the number 16 ranked team in the USAFL. Actually, Sacramento is number 16. I believe Minnesota is number 15. Both teams are ranked high. Minnesota has been in Division II, and that one is marked defensively. And here they come. Here come the Suns. That one thrown on to the left. That is going to travel. Tao got a hand to it. Wagner to it. Wagner, I think that could have been a throw. They say it was a good handball. Tanioka knocked it backwards. Staying with it there is Weaver. Are you ready, Weaver? Throw that one in short. Fisher takes the mark right in front of us. So here is Fish. He handballs it into Bergiadis. Bergiadis looking up the side for McLuhan, and the ball goes out of bounds. Ryan McLuhan's been a guy who's been around a little bit, and one of their important guys who's been around for some time for Minnesota.
Big guy. He's looking smooth. I like what Fish did right in front of us. That is smooth play. He made it look super easy, but what he did there was not easy. He took a big mark, backed up, did a real good clean handball of somebody coming through, made it look super, super easy, and it's not. So that I'm really excited about that.
Yeah, he did well, and he'll be in Melbourne too, I believe.
He is.
Yes, and he's played in a couple of those. Weaver kicked the ball out on the floor for Minnesota. Free kick coming for the Sunheads. And there's Tyaji who takes the mark. He's got the surest hands in the USAFL, and he's playing up in the midfield here. Tyaji, not the greatest of kicks. It dives in front of Wagner, but it's picked up, and here comes Minnesota as he steadies the kick. And it's marked again by Weaver, who takes the mark right in front of us. Zach Weaver throws that one on to the right. That's a good kick, but it's picked off in the middle, and here they come the other way. That is Worth. Nick Worth will drop in front. He goes to the left. He goes to the right. Chipped up over the top was Colby Campbell. That one is going to bounce in towards goal. He stays with the foot. He was taken down. No call, says the umpire, and they will concede the behind there. Will Tim Ruff, number 82, and he goes bark, and that one goes through for a minor score. So Minnesota leads now 6-1 as Sacramento gets the ball. Sacramento is a team that they've got, they had a handful of losses over time, but it's mostly an American outfit for the most part.
Yeah, it's really good to see. They play really well. I mean, right there, you just saw Kobe go in and I think he's got a rugby background. He just did a nice little pop-up, let somebody run onto it. And, that stuff is really good for American to be able to pull that kind of a kick off.
And there was Justin Latu, who was in there for Minnesota. They were able to clear it out. One-on-one contest out of the hands and able to pick that one up nicely there with 16, who is Ian Robertson. Robertson will go in short, and the mark is taken by McLuhan. He is a big piece of timber, and then that one will go as he kicks that one in. One-on-one contest, slap backwards in there by Timothy Patterson for Sacramento. And then that one is cleared out of the back as they are able to keep that one in play. And then out on the far side there is Sean Sears. Sears up the right side, and that is marked as Sacramento has decided to switch the field. They hug the sideline, stays in play. 20 in there is Derek Blank. Fill in the blank, if you will. And the ball is still in play as Minnesota has it. Takes a hop. Picked up, handballs across. Here comes Minnesota. That one is kicked in towards the sticks. One-on-one contest, picked up by McLuhan. Long handball up over the top. It's sitting in the goal square, but in fact it's gone through. That's a behind as the ball was not kicked. It was handballed over the line. Minnesota extends their lead to a straight goal. It is 1-1-7. Sacramento are 1 point. Brian Barish alongside Tom Ellis from the USA Revolution, who we are very, very excited. There's a lot of anticipation there and some expectation, at least on your part, as far as how far they're going to get in Melbourne.
Yeah, it's an entirely new look. A lot of new players. We just don't know. We haven't had the draws come out yet. We don't know. My anticipation is we're going to be seated around 8th, which means our first game is going to be against the number 1 team. So, we just don't know. So we're sitting back just waiting, and we are very, very excited to get that draw and get down there.
We're in the run-up to it. As soon as we're done this, that's the biggest thing we have on the horizon. Here comes Minnesota. Speaking of running the ball from the horizon there, as that was Bergianis who took the mark, who kicked it, and it's Robertson who took the mark. He's going to chip that one up over the top. I believe that's McLuhan who's going to come out wearing the man bun, and he takes the mark. So here is McLuhan. He's probably 2 kicks for goal, roughly 60 meters from the target. He's going to put that one into the mixing machine at the very least. The hands go up, and that one is marked defensively, and a great job. Didn't see the number there, but the fullback for Sacramento able to get to it. Up on that far side. Here they come back the other. I believe that's Sears who had the football going out. I see Tyabji running for it. The ball did find the boundary line and go out of bounds directly across from us. 7-1 the score. Minnesota on a goal and a behind. They are 1-1. They're trying to get to 2-1 and take down Sacramento with them. Now if Seattle behind us loses as well, we'll have at least 3 teams at 2-1, and then it will come down to, I believe, head-to-head and then percentage. As holding the ball is the call. Free kick for Minnesota. The Freeze and the blue jumpers with the white ice stripes. I've always loved those jumpers. There's that one on to the left. Owen will drop in front and running on, and now circling back is Kendall Hutchings, who's been around this team a couple of years. Out to the near side, and it's marked and then taken down. Nope, not going to give him 50. Coventry. Martin Coventry from Portland turns the ball over to Fisher. Coventry played with, I believe, 4 different teams, and I think he's got to be around 200 USAFL games. It looks like that was Warden who was stood up. Handballs it over to Hutchings. Hutchings just gets a left foot to it. Up on that far side, and it downs around. There is Tyabji. Nice handball to Wagner. Wagner's going to throw that one up on the right. One-on-one contest. A little bump and a mark, and he's going to run on. Was he told to play on? Yes, it was. Well, what are they going to do? What are they going to call this? Are they going to call the bump? Well, Campbell not happy with it, but he did indeed push off. I think that could have gone either way. But in any event, no goal, and it will be a free kick to Minnesota. The score remains 7-1. A good job by Colby Campbell. And one thing that Colby did a lot last year at the Western Regionals, and Anthony Wally, who was doing special comments with me last year as Warden takes the mark, was that he is a bully. And I think you mentioned that with that rugby background. He's very physical.
Yeah, I don't think contact really bugs him much at all. He's one of the guys we look at. I think he'll be on the Revolution squads here shortly. He gets better every time I see him. This is like maybe the third time I've seen him play. And he's definitely improving down there in that forward line. It's good to see.
Sapianathan had it, and then it was kicked back towards goal. That one looked like it went off to the left side, and it has, I believe, gone through for a minor score. No, it's gone. I'm sorry, that is a throw-in. Boundary throw-in, says Hallie Adrian. So we just saw her and her team polish off the Western Regional Championship at 3-0. Minnesota got a hand to it. Campbell over the shoulder. Was that there? Yes, it is. Well, Campbell said, well, if you're not going to let me score that way, I'll make it look spectacular. Goal to the Suns, and we are all square. Sacramento 7, Minnesota 7. Somebody's upset back there. Meanwhile, ball comes back into the middle. The Sacramento Suns really disappointed last year. I think a lot of people were expecting them back to make it back to their fourth consecutive Nationals Grand Final after taking out Division III in 2014 and making it to the Grand Final and losing 27-0 to the Quebec Saints. But they always are a very fundamentally sound team, and that is really a note of Matt Bishop, who's coached this team since its inception.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. They're very good team. I mean, when you watch it, the ball goes down in the back line. They've been coming out. They clear it quickly. That's just good coaching. And you've got a bunch of guys that are all Americans learning the game. These two teams have always been mostly American teams, and they've been both really good teams. And that has a lot to do with the coaching.
Campbell kicks another goal right there as he was able to get free of his man, and Jake Smithers was important on that kick as well, and Sacramento has hit the front. 2 goals, 1 behind, 13 points. It's a one straight difference. It's a 1-1-7 for Minnesota. Sacramento, as we mentioned, having won both of their games earlier today. And you have the schedule here, Tommy. Sorry about that. They defeated Arizona this morning, and then in the afternoon game, they defeated the Denver B-side, who Denver B is now 0-2 after losing to San Diego also this morning. Ball is back in the middle of the ground. The weather was hot this morning. You can see in the background it is a little bit of weather passing through, but thankfully it hasn't been much as Fisher bombs the ball down the field, but the mark is taken. And the center back there by 15, which is Hutchings. Hutchings goes out right. Ball drops in short. Over to get it there is 10, who is Dustin Mahoney, one of the players from Portland on this team. They call themselves the Sunheads, and that is a free kick, and that one I believe was high tackle. Yes, it is. And so going back and taking the mark there, taking it is Brennan Helwig. So Helwig, and he will look forward. He creeps forward Josh Kennedy style. That hugs the line. Tyaji goes up and plucks a lemon from the lemon tree. Not only is he tall, but boy, he can jump. And the mark is taken by Tanioka. Tatsuro Tanioka, born in Japan, lives in Minnesota, has been playing, I believe this is his second year. That one is kicked, I believe that might have gone out on the full, and in fact, I don't know. I don't know if you know this, you can't see it over there, there's a lake over there. It's a lake. Could be a thing, it's a lake. Salake Tyaji. Alright, so that ended up being a boundary throw-in. And that one is knocked forward by the Suns. That one will go into the middle. Hensley caught it! Scott Hensley! Oh boy. My goodness gracious, that was impressive. Very good hands. Now here is Hensley. The kick is on the way. Looks good off the boot, but it's gone through for a behind. I'll tell you what, if he would have kicked that, it would have been like watching Bartolo Colon when he hit that home run for the New York Mets. So Sacramento leads now clear by 2 kicks. Sacramento 2 goals, 2 behinds. That's 14 points. Minnesota are 1-1-7. You see the skies in the background clearing out a little bit. We were worried because there was a fair bit of rain, but you can see the snow on the mountains in the background as that we are in the direction of Boulder, Colorado back there, as that one is marked up on the far side. Handballs it into the middle. There's a left-footed kick. That one is pretty strong. That one's going to bounce. It's going to be close, and it's touched by Brent Fisher. That is a veteran's move as he concedes the behind. No harm, no foul. Sacramento 2-3-15. Minnesota 1-1-7. Now, Fisher was one of the first guys to go over to Western Australia as far as the program. How is that, the exchange program, how has that shaped him as a player?
Well, I mean, you can just look at his play. He's a fantastic player. He's one of the guys when he gets the ball doesn't panic, makes good decisions. He's obviously doing a really good job on kick-ins, and now he's going to work his way back down the field, so his fitness isn't terrible. So he plays like an Aussie.
And he looks like an Aussie. Maybe not. Meanwhile, ball is on the other side. That's going to be a free kick for Minnesota as they try and get back into this one, trailing by 8 points. And that one skips 3, and that one is picked up and then thrown out one to the left. That was his Hutchins. One-on-one contest. Nice mark as he had to go up. And that was a contested opportunity. So he's going to look around. And set sail. Ball goes up. Tipped off the top. Manning couldn't get it. I believe that's McLuhan. McLuhan centers the football off the hands. One-on-one contest. Good Shepherd thrown. Sacramento still digging in with it. Picks it up. Or tried to. 2 players overran it. Picking that one up was Danny Stevens. And then Frey got away from one tackle. Got away from the second one. Squares up was Bergiotis. Bergiotis' kick was intercepted and cleared out by the Suns. Down into the middle of the ground now, out to the near side. Weaver was tackled by Warden without the ball. That is a free kick. So here is Weaver. Zach Weaver will go back. He's another good American.
Yeah, he's another kid from the Minnesota team that plays really, really well like an Aussie. And he had just broke his leg last year. I am just shocked to see him out here playing. He had a really, really bad break. But to see him out here playing again is fantastic.
We've seen that with a couple of players, especially on the women's side, who've had like really bad knee injuries and have come back. Taiji drops back. He didn't have a whole lot of more room to retreat. And then it was McEachern who had to get to it quickly. Popped that one straight up in the air. And that one is, well, was it out of bounds? I don't know what that was. And he dropped the footy, and I believe that's going to be a boundary throw-in. Ty Streff over there. Throw the ball back into play. Knocked forward nicely by Manning. Tell you what, Ed Manning's done pretty well in the ruck. We can talk about him in a moment. Here's Fisher with a long kick. One-on-one contest. Marked by McLuhan. Struggled and kept concentration. Good job by...
Really good delivery.
Yeah, very good delivery in there, said Tommy Ellis. They need a goal here. What can McLuhan do? There's the kick. It's on the way. It is dead. Center perfect. And Minnesota has made this a 2-point game. Minnesota goes to 2-1-13. They trail by 2 points, so Sacramento are 2-3-15. Now let's talk about Ed Manning, the ruck for Sacramento. He's one of those guys that we're seeing this as a trend in the USAFL. Big athletic dudes coming in at the ruck. Not only are they tall, but they're powerful, and it's almost like an arms race, if you will, in the ruck.
Yeah, it's what you want. I mean, look at that. He's getting 2 foot off the ground, and then not only that, he's playing around the ground. So I'm super excited to see what's going to happen in the next 5 years with these kind of players that they're getting out here, starting the ruck, learning a little bit of the game, and then they move around the ground.
Voice of Tom Ellis from the USAFL Revolution. I'm Brian Barish. Warren James is on camera. So great work as he always does in putting this together. As Wagner knocked it forward, probably a little too far for Trax Hotel. The ball goes out of bounds. Then the score at Sacramento 15, Minnesota 13. Getting towards the end of the first half here. Sacramento, as we mentioned a couple of times, are 2-0. Minnesota are 1-1. The ball comes spinning back into play. This has been a very good game, I might add. Manning knocked it down. 3 threes were there. Knocked over the top. Weaver's going to get away from Aguiari. Handballs it into Fisher. Fisher goes back to Weaver. Weaver with a little footballing jiggery pokery, except for that right there, as he was brought to the ground by Austin Flint. And that, or is that going to be pushed in the back? It is. And down and hurt is the number 3, who is Tanioka. Tanioka is holding his back. And he's going to stay in the game, it looks like. At least for now. So Tanioka, who caught it in the back, and I think that was incidental, nothing malicious in that. He gets it away. Off the knees, all that went ping-ponging around, as that was Hutchings who picked it up. Hutchings gives the ball over to Coventry, who goes deep up the side. Ball goes to ground. Ruff is in there. Tim Ruff. And that one is going. Here's Aguiari. Gets away from one tackler. Wagner, oh boy. Here it is. His Campbell. And that one is gone. I believe that's going out on the full, and it has. My goodness, Seb Aguiari. He's a little magician, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he had a fan club over there with the Orange County boys, so that was good.
Yeah, somebody really liked it. Well, that's the end of the first half as the whistle goes. A very entertaining opening 20 minutes of this one as the Sacramento Suns and Portland Steelheads 2-3-15, Minnesota 2-1-13. We'll be back for the second half of this one. You're watching the 2017 USAFL Western Regional Tournament from Westminster, Colorado, here on USAFL.com.